trace of life begun, a scientific dream, rays of light between, a cosmic wonder flight, into Earth's good night, or into Earth's hello. No one alive will know, lost in no one's plan, evolving life we can, a creeping and a crawling and a watching and a knowing, universal awesome wonder, listening and a growing. Of light between, a cosmic wonder flight, into Earth's good night, or into Earth's hello. No one alive will know, lost in no one's plan, evolving life we can, a creeping and a crawling and a watching and a knowing, universal awesome one, listening and a growing, a creeping and a crawling and a watching and a knowing, universal awesome one, listening and a growing, stars amongst the black, gone not coming back, emerging from the sun, a trace of life begun, a scientific dream, rays of light between, a cosmic wonder flight. A scientific dream. Green rays appearing in front of us. They seem to lead the way for a species on the brink of extinction. An asteroid, out of space, headed straight for our planet, spotted 20 years before D-Day for Earth. We prepared right up until 2 weeks before it was due. Years of research into building our ships of survival. Time appeared to speed up and then slow down until our final Earth days. Our ships of metal and steel seemed strong and safe for those of us in the know. Our scientists worked at an advanced pace, improving our systems of recycled air and hydroponic planting. With our people of Earth taken care of, we were able then to focus on saving Earth's native flora and fauna. Aquarium spaceships, snake pits and natural forest ships. But still, we worried. D-Day came and upon our ships, man stood proud of his achievements. 2 weeks clearance before Earth shattered into a billion particles of dust. We left Earth's blue skies and green golden pastures in order to survive. No one knew the years of endless, black space we would have to travel and endure in order to enable our species to live. The years of boredom, near starvation, when one of our food chips heaters failed. Cruel plant life frozen to death in an instant. The constant, endless search. Then, green rays appeared in front of us. They seemed to lead the way for a species on the brink of extinction. rays reaching for us. They seemed to illuminate and glow all that they touched. Our Space Force readied itself for what action might present in the near future. An exploratory team set off in front of us to inspect what lay beyond the stars. Once again, our people waited and prayed and hoped. Too many times before had a team set out, only to disappear completely or return to report that no habitable planets had been found. Then out of the blackness, the hopes of a planet were realised in the shape of a tiny metal research ship. The babble of thousands of millions of people held their breath as they waited for the announcement to come. This is President Isaac speaking. On behalf of all interplanetary leaders, I feel fortunate to say that all on research terra firma have returned safely. I am also pleased to say that the results are hopeful. There is a sun ahead. Though its fires are not the ones of Earth, it seems to be able to sustain life on the planets in its orbit. We need to prepare for a sun that is green. Our exploration team have reported back that the fifth planet appears to be habitable. The air tastes as pure as on the Alps at home did. There is land, and Earth is rich in wildlife. We are prepared to build a small colonial settlement. The settlement will begin in the protection crystal bubble erected by Team Terra Firma. As more bubbles are prepared, more settlements will occur. We have found our new planet. Prepare for landing, Settlement 1. planet shelter has been settled now for hundreds of years. At first, the light of green was hard to get used to. For those who had come from the taste of steel in the recycled air, this was the sweetest they had ever breathed in. Plants, similar to potatoes and corn, were sown. They had been modified genetically to ensure they could take energy from the green sun. These were our first crops to succeed. Many various crops were to follow, and indigenous food was discovered. The animals, insects, sea life were released under strict conditions. Most flourished. Those that were unable to adapt became extinct, as is the way in nature. Colonisation occurred gradually. We were determined that the mistakes that had been made in past generations would not be repeated in our new planet's history. It was a time of renewed growth in our people. Any cultural issues in our midst had slowly dissipated over the intensity of our fight for survival after Earth. Once separated by petty differences and beliefs, now the Earthlings were united. Once again, human beings became a clan, acting together as one. Old instincts, millions of years forgotten through lack of need, began to evolve again. The amazing evolution of our race began almost unnoticed. A boy might hand his mother a glass of water, though she had not actually voiced her request. We evolved to the state where we could communicate telepathically with each other. Misunderstandings became rarer. The ability to read each other would enable emotions of thought to be transferred. We were once again kings and queens of our planet. But still our safety plans were set. The spaceships were maintained and their technical abilities updated with our advances. We watched, we waited. forgotten the travel from a planet known as Earth to the planet of shelter. The legendary exploits of humankind had been passed word of mouth and then mentally down the generations, until those alive thought of it as no more than a myth. That is, until the circles in the crops appeared. At first the circles were a curious incident, perhaps a new species evolved. It wasn't long, however, until myths and legends filled the emotions and minds of the people. Stories from families were shared, and out of this shared consciousness, until everyone had been reminded of their origins, the crop circles that had been thought to be a prank on Earth became a reality for us here on planet Shelter. From the skies of Shelter, a picture was formed out of the crops. No, not a picture, a map. A map that led us further on into the stars than we had ever travelled. A map that appeared to lead us on to a planet that had a resemblance to old Earth. A planet with a golden sun shining. The possibilities of another intelligent race had been discussed and dismissed time and time again. But now, if the crop circles proved to be genuine, then there was positive proof of an alien species. An alien species who had visited humans both on Shelter and on Earth for generations. The crystal protective bubbles were strengthened, and everyone was forbidden to exit the safe areas. Once again, our top scientists, geologists, and armed forces put forward their top people. It was time for a space exploratory team to be organised. It was time, once again, for Earthlings to travel the stars. Golden rays of light appeared over the horizon. The gasps of awe and amazement were muffled by the sounds of the engines of the spacecraft humming. And then a planet appeared. A planet that appeared on the map from the crop circles. Proof positive that an intelligent life form had communicated with us. We were not alone.